Alright, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Target Individual Experience, Target Individual Programming. New York Predator Department, what can I say? Waking up again early in the morning, using the sirens, then using the helicopters, right? And then as I came up my bedroom to go take a shower to get ready to go, come up my bedroom, my nephew comes out, talking about the synchronization, comes out of the living room, stands up in the hallway, right? Turned on his phone, meaning that, turning on so I could see his phone screen light up, and then turns back around and go back into the living room. So, conditioning them to where when they hear my bedroom door open, they will come out into the hallway and engage in that sort of targeting, right? And of course, the hallway lights were turned off, so it was very dark. So, that's a form of coercive threat, right? And how did they incorporate that into my targeting? Usually whenever I close my eyes at certain times, they will use their sirens or their call horn, depending on whatever the subliminal message is. And so now, like for example, when I turn off the light, they will use their sirens also, and as well as the call horn, right? Those sort of things. I'm taking a shower and I'm washing my face, and if I close my eyes, they will use the sirens at times, their call horn. So whenever I do anything, if I walk into the house at night and it is dark, they will use their call horn or the sirens, right? He stick out his tongue at me. Also, when when they hijack my consciousness and I'm looking at my blanket, which is the color green, they will use their call horn when I take up my home key, my house key, not car key, my house key. And I have one of my keys has a green handle. They will fix it. Then she sees me, will stick her thumb on her lips. All right. Oh, look at that new vehicle. They always testing me out. I always talk about. Look at that. And what look, KZL 3324, number 32. All right. And again, what is the pattern I have shown? Is that these vehicles will always be parked on the side that I'm walking, the side of the street or the sidewalk that I'm walking on, right? That's not to say they don't park it on the other side. I just don't notice. But I do know that it is the element of surprise. Look. So no vehicle went in there, but as soon as I'm walking by, they close the gate, right? So yeah. So anyhow, the threat of me continuing to expose what it is that they're doing and using my phone to do it, I talk about whenever they do that, I get emboldened. It doesn't create fear, all right? It emboldens me to continue to expose what it is that they're doing, and I'll continue to expose it in every single way. Also, didn't really get to post what I wanted to post today on Facebook, but I wanted to go and look up the frequency of emotions. All right, so I was thinking about the article. Well, you can find the PDF online. It's called Synthetic Telepathy. All right, Dr. Richard Miller, and he talks about emotional cloning, EEG. Look, JJF 39 Yeah, GJX 3932. All right. Oh yeah. See what I said. But anyway, emotional cloning and their ability to use microwave and redirect frequency that are of the same frequency as our emotions, and they can transmit that frequency and change the emotion of an individual or a whole group of people, right? Talk about the LRAD. What is LRAD? LRAD uses radio frequency or microwave frequency to do what? To create an invisible weapon that literally cause pain. Some people describe it as having your pain, having your flesh being, underneath your flesh is your skin actually. You feel a sincere burning sensation from this thing. Oh yeah, right? That is the LRAD. We'll look it up. Right, as well as using piezo transducers to broadcast a silent sound in which you become so uncomfortable that you have to disperse. Right? I think they did that in the Republican convention. George W. Bush Jr. I think it was either his first or second term here in New York. And the New York Predator Department got sued by the protesters because it caused not only unbearable pain, but also some of them suffer from long-term anxiety. So there's danger in these things, right? When they talk about non-lethal, non-legality, it is never non-lethal, right? And actually there is a research paper on that so-called non-lethal weapons are never non-lethal, right? Because even though it could be used in non-lethal ways, but it could also be used in lethal ways. And even when it's non-lethal ways, for example, we see tasers, right? So if you're being tasered by the cop and you have a heart condition, it can cause you to have a heart attack. Or you have a weakened immune system, it can actually activate certain negative response within your body. So these things are never non-lethal. They say these things because, again, they want to test these things out in the public. And I was talking about in America, how do they become expert in psychological warfare? How do they become expert in cognitive warfare? How do they become expert in hacking? So a lot of times they want to blame China or Russia for hacking, and it's never really Russia or China. It is our own government. It is the shadow government at times also. It is your predator police department, as we see, and have been known and they have shown to violate our privacy, right? Using technology, using technology like silent sound spread spectrum, right? Using technology like silent sound spread spectrum, using technology like the Stingray, in which they will sit in our community and literally hijack our phone service so that when we call someone, we are actually using the network, I should say, is through the silent sound, the Stingray, right? Stingray device. So when they want to talk about China or Russia or any North Korea, the same thing is being done here. They just give you the illusion of, thank you for recognizing that, the same thing is being done here. The violation of our civil rights, the violation of our human. There's a reason why they keep have the homeless guy here, right? Because again, more and more people are listening. They see these clowns, so they start looking at the homeless guy when I start talking about these things, right? So yeah. Right? So this is what they do. The coercive threat and the fact that they're trying to get away with it. They're trying to silence me, to tell me that I should get over what it is that they've done to me. No, fuck you. I will never get over that shit. And if I meet you in person, I'll fucking, let me not even say anything, but you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, but this is what they do. And to get the community involved and the community, know that they're wrong, And so the easiest way for them to try to get away with what it is they're doing is to silence you. Fuck that. Ain't happening. Yeah, man. What's it going?
Please exit through the rear door. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Church Avenue. Transfer available to B35 and B35 Limited.
religious fanatic. Thank you. Have a good day. You hear the religious fanatic? You know, trying to throw in words out there, blessing and salvation and all this bullshit. Excuse me. And all this bullshit. And I talk about we're dealing with destructive cult members here, right? And that's the vast majority of these so-called nigger being Christians. they're in a death cult and have yet to understand it. Right? Again, the children, they don't read their Bible because in the Bible, a blessing is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? A blessing is not a good thing. It tells you that you have to be less to receive, to be blessed. Meaning that you have to be on the end of your ropes, right? Meaning that you have to be on your deathbed, right? It means that when you die, it's a blessing. It means that when you put this fictitious God above your own survival instinct, right? And your own human morality, not the morality they give you in the Bible.
Check it out, custom.
Right? So this is something that they do. Okay, so again, and it's right in their Bible too. I should tell you, they don't read shit. They do not read shit at all. Anyhow, like I said, these pastors and these preachers, they're teaching them the wrong thing because, you know, the money is too good. The money is too good. Look at this perp. Look at the perp.
Check it out. How do we for watch?
Look at this perp. Hilarious. So you come all the way over here just to talk to me twice, right? Clown. You see, he wasn't asking nobody else. He wasn't going to nobody else except for me. And I want you guys to see that. Put his ass on video. Excuse me. LNG 3329 3329 right there. See? Expose nation. they don't want it, but they keep trying though. They'll keep trying. Tell them I'll always win. Tell them I will always win. This guy, that's why he's listening. That's who they're gonna be. They're gonna be homeless. They're gonna be bums. That's who these perps wanna be. Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Welcome to a brand new video. No. I should come out here with a red shirt, right? Because I gotta get juice. Oh yeah. Excuse me. See, they always they know. Because surveillance, right? Surveillance, illegal surveillance. Excuse me? You see the whole blocking thing? Sees me coming, won't even get out the fucking way. Stand up there. It's part of the blocking team. Okay. And let's see. RJ, I guess that would be fine. Should need milk. Probably need some milk.
Make it two, okay?
Dumbasses.
Make it two.
That's a dumbass nigga penis.
The second one.
How you doing, man? Not bad. All right, now here comes the religious theme. Talk about the religious fanaticism, everything planned out. License plate, what the number? 666 KVS 6661, right? What I tell you? Religious fanatics, right? Not understand that doesn't do anything to me, because when you know the truth, right? They don't quite understand. In religious theme, they talk about 666 being the mark of the beast. But if you go and do your research, you'll see they were talking about Emperor Nero, who set fire to Rome and blamed the Christians. Well documented, and it has to do with his birthday. The year, the day, the year, and the month, I think. So yeah. Now when it comes to the true esoteric knowledge of that, it is the atom, right? That's why in the Bible, God named man Adam, right? It is because of the Kemetic understanding of biology, chemistry, physiology, physics, and so forth. So, to form an atom, you need 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons. All right, you see, they give you religion so that you don't learn the science. So when I talk about the Big Bang Theory, and the people who came up with the concept for the Big Bang Theory is the very same people that gave you your religion, dumbasses, right? The father of genealogy is from the same people that gave you your religion, dumbasses, right? So you got dumbass Nigerians who use religious symbolism without understanding what it truly means, because it is to dumb you down, right? The people who are advancing in science behind closed doors are the very same people that gave you your religion. Look at that. I've never seen this before. HSH 3230 something. Let's see. I'll tell me it's another 3232. Come on now. Can be two of them. Okay, right. 3237. Ice cream truck. Yeah, because Cracker won a watermelon. Right? Cracker won a melon because they can't get back us into slavery. They want to reintroduce slavery so bad that any one of us that speak the truth and that confront them on their racism, they start to use racist tropes, right? Because when you understand the meaning of certain things, they'll use it because, again, it is to keep doing jabs at you, right? Imagine all these little black boys and girls running to the ice cream truck while the song "Nigga Want a Watermelon" is playing. Right? Imagine that. Right? Can you go into a white community and play a song that is disparaging to white people? Right? No, you can't. Can you go into the Jewish community and play a song that's disparaging to Jewish people? No, you can't. But only dumbass Nigerians will talk about, oh, it don't matter, I don't care. Yeah, because you're a dumbass, right? But other people care that you could go into their community and play music that's disparaging to their people, and they wouldn't allow it. But only Nigerians allow it, right? Because guess what? The Dans, the dumbass Nigerians, they're a bunch of dumbasses. So you would never see me buying ice cream from any truck that plays that music. And they'll have these dumbass Nigerians will come outside with their children and run into that. It looks foolish to me. Because when you know and you understand the truth, it is an insult. But, they do it anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? Shit is ridiculous, man. Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video.